of the 42 ideals of Ma'at. My mother is nature. My father is time. I am a Neski queen.
Okay, Baltimore and the rest of the world, because yeah, that's what we're reaching for right now. Look,
Yeah,
we
that
back. It's another Thursday here at Be More Mindful Podcast. It's August the 22nd. We on episode 22. Episode 22 in the first season of the podcast. And I got with me one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. I promise you this. She performed at my showcase 2 years ago for my birthday. I've been following her for about 4 years now. She's an awesome artist. She's a talented actor, dancer, hip hop. I mean, she is just so super talented. And more than that, what I love about her is that she's very genuine and very passionate. So tonight, guest is one of my favorite people in the whole world, DYKE God, also known as Baltimore Bastard.
yeah
So
that
yeah,
yeah that
welcome to the show. And just a reminder for those who have never joined the show, our expectations are quite simple. Just read what's going across the banner at the bottom of the screen, and then you'll know how you can sit in and enjoy the conversation with us. So we're gonna get things started because I had a little technical difficulties. But y'all know that being in me says the show must go on, and so we live, and so we're gonna jump right into it.
yeah that
Like God, please let everybody know exactly what it is you do, even though I briefed on it. But more importantly, let them know how what you do help you cope with any mental or social barrier.
like I said, I'm Baltimore Bastard, the realest Dyke. I am Dyke God. I'm a rap artist. I'm a entrepreneur, a drag king. Um, I do a lot of different shit. Like she said, I'm an actor, model, erotic dancer. What I do definitely helped me cope. The whole reason I even got into this is to help me cope with what's going on in my head and how I deal with my emotions. And it's been a journey for real. Like, we gotta level up type shit. Everybody live and grow.
Right, that's what's up. Yeah, I always I always listen to your music, right? Your lyrics. You definitely have a talent for word manipulation and rhyming and everything.
Thank
And it's
thank you.
one of the things I like about your music is that I can literally identify, but more so feel from an empathetic mode. Like I
Hmm.
get your energy. It comes out through
Yeah,
your music and it's passion. It's like and you always be on some out the box eccentric type shit.
yeah.
I just I'm a fan, man. I love it. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, so we're gonna jump into the show topic because we're not gonna prolong it so much because we did start late. And everybody who's been following me on Instagram know I try to post about a week early the show topic and who's gonna be on the show. And so this topic is part two from our turn pain into passion theme topic. And so I found a quote by one of my favorite artists, my favorite authors, C.S. Lewis. He is the author of Alice in Wonderland and Looking Through the Looking Glass. And he also wrote a book called The Problem of Pain. And in it, he gives a very interesting perspective to suffering, human suffering, and how would it be developed or function from it or move through it. And one of the things he says in the book was that everyone has noticed how hard it is to turn our thoughts to God when everything is going well with us, right? I mean, and think about it. I mean, I was like,
Hmm.
this one, I went through a couple of quotes, but this one right here really sat with me, especially with the topic being turned pain into passion. He says, everyone has noticed how hard it is to turn our thoughts to God when everything is going well with us. And the reason why, it's hitting because, again, when you're talking about channeling pain, channeling hurt,
Hmm.
channeling anger, channeling frustration, these feelings don't even come about or is aroused in you until you feel the opposite, of that.
Hmm.
In other words, let me say
Hmm.
this: we don't really know what pain is until we don't feel joy no more.
Don't go to
And
Yep.
I thought about it because lately I've been trying to make sure that I don't take my joy for granted. Because it's like
Right.
when you happy, you're not really thinking about pain. You ever have like a toothache or something, and you like,
Mhm.
man, I forgot what it feel like when my tooth wasn't hurting, but then when your tooth
Mhm.
not hurting, you really not thinking about having a toothache. So it's
Right.
like that for me. It's like, man, and, everybody go through stuff. Life is life, and
Right.
it's like life not really hurting until we realize that we're missing the joy or happy feelings or good things.
Mhm.
And then when we do get in that place, that's when we find ourselves looking to higher power. Maybe it's praying or meditating, or some
Mhm.
people tend to go to church only when they're in need and things like that. All right.
Mhm.
But anyway, it made me think about, like, we don't really appreciate joy until
Right.
there's pain. And then as an artist, for me, one of some of my best work has come from being in some of the darkest places in my life. And it
Right.
was just like that. It was like as if I'm crying out to God, and the only way that I can get an answer is to create a form of art where I can identify or use that art to cope with. You feel me?
Right. Right.
But, I mean, what you think? As far as
I feel like, well,
yeah,
as far as the quote, period, you feel me? I agree. A lot of people be forgetting to be grateful type of shit. Like, I feel like that's what I got out of that. Cause at the end of the day, like, I believe in the universe and spiritual, whatever. But I feel like it 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 go with my thought of like people feel like they need God and devil to blame for the trouble that they be having or the good that they be having. I feel like that go into play with that that quote. Um, I don't want to do it, but yeah, then you
no, go
feel
ahead.
me?
Listen, it's an open forum, free conversation. You know what I'm saying? Everyone is welcome to their individual thoughts. I don't
Bet.
even hold no bars about how I feel about religion versus
Hmm.
spirituality. So
Right.
I mean, I'm glad you going there because I agree wholeheartedly. I want you to go
Hmm.
there. I want you to go there and let's talk
So
about
when you saying like the topic period, they say passion to pain. If it's no pain, then how you gonna even find a passion? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's just like living in the suburbs or living in growing up with a silver spoon and then it's somebody that's out here like very talented with nothing, you feel me? And they trying to get there, you feel me?
it.
And then you see people with money and their children don't want to do what they can do. And their parents trying to force them to do it and pay all this and put them in these programs and all that. They don't even want to do that shit. And it's somebody, you feel me? Like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
don't
yeah.
have the passion for that because they
Right,
don't, because they have it. You feel me? Like when you
right,
have something, you don't know. Like you said, you don't know what it is without it. So
right.
until you are without it, then it's like, damn, yeah.
Yeah.
I was on the same page. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah, we
I
saying the same
definitely
shit. Definitely.
I like the way you just definitely played that description out, played it out, because
Mm,
I agree, it's true, and I think, like, as when you're an artist, right, and you find yourself in moments to create. It seems like
mhm.
sometimes it's just that just in that moment of pain that creating is even something that you can obtain. Because I'll be honest
Right.
with you, I'm like right now, I've been in a writer's block, two chapters from finishing
Yeah.
up. I started in 2018. Can't get past the block, but the
Mhm.
pain hit me, man. That pen going to the pad, and I'm writing some deep shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes me wonder, right? Um, I
You
don't.
gotta touch something. I was just thinking. Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
because I was getting ready to say, I was just thinking, thinking about, like, pain brings about a certain amount of energy, that we if we channel it,
Mhm.
in a right way, in a motivation way, can actually be very powerful. You know what I'm saying? Instead of
Yeah.
being as destructive as it is with us, because that's all we do. We allow pain to destroy us, instead of using it,
Mhm.
to
Use it.
create.
Yeah. You gotta use
You
it.
know.
Because I, like you saying, like I know when I be happy and like I don't create, and I think that's because I use. That's the only reason I was even doing it is to cope with something. So like when I find myself in the word block or whatever, I can't get nothing out. I be in a good mood, going. You feel me? I'm not sad about nothing. Unless something happen, I feel a way about something. I get to writing. So that's why I said that's just like something I need to let out my emotions and
Yeah,
to put all my thoughts and feelings into something so that I can see it
yeah,
myself. Like it's really my music. I really do this because I want to hear it. I want to listen to it. Like, I want to hear it back. Is and if somebody want to hear it too, that's cool. Like
right.
that's how I always been with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's crazy because like I really be trying to make sure that I have that mental awareness about
Hmm.
pain and depression and suffering and trying to make sure that I create the balance to understand like I can't always be in that place. Like
Hmm.
especially again as a creator, who wouldn't love to, for me, I would love to write all day.
Hmm.
All I want to do is sit and write. I
Um,
got scripts, books, poems, everything. My head is
right.
full of these words, and these stories and these things
Hmm.
that I would love to just sit home all day, every day and write, but it's like you can't always stay in that space, you can't always
Yeah.
be in that space. And so it's like I try to make sure that I can go into that space not just off of pain. Sometimes I
Hmm.
make myself make it a practice to try. I've been lately trying to write funny poems. Like I've been
Yeah.
working with Eddie Colson. Being around comedians is very fun. I love it. I love my
Yeah.
comedian friends. They'll actually be performing, quite a few performing live on October the 5th at the live show. But anyway, I've been trying to learn how to write funny poems because I got to looking
Hmm.
through my catalog and I was like, man, I have some poems that are like happy. I have some love poems. I have
Hmm.
a lot of I'm big on being woke in our culture, so I have a lot of them. But I realized like I don't have no funny poems. The funniest poem I have is the first poem I ever wrote in first grade.
I feel you. I feel you.
Like,
Like, yeah,
was that
I
the
feel
last time
you.
I was in a happy place to be writing? Like,
Yeah, I feel you. Because when I first started out, I was writing stories. Like, I'm walking out my house, going down the street, like, type stories about my city. Nobody was listening, though. And that's when I started dragging. Big Dyke, that's dot.
right.
And everybody was listening.
And that's another thing. Oh my gosh, my guy Malcolm, he posed a question one day about, and I'm paraphrasing, but it was basically about why is it so easy to share negative,
Hmm.
negativity in the media? How he was, basically saying why is
Yeah.
negative so popular,
Because it
right?
move you more. It move you more than anything. Being mad, being like against, like somebody against you. It move you more than somebody being with you. It move you more than somebody saying that's a good job, yo. That's a good job. Somebody
Right,
say that's a bad ass, horrible. That's gonna hit you more
right,
than somebody
right.
saying that's a good job. Like,
Yeah,
so that's why that's controversy. That's why it's
yeah.
moving like that.
That's
That's why
interesting.
I was about to say that when you were saying, I was about to say that's the whole thing of control. Like the pain.
Mhm.
Pain is control. You can control people with pain. The threat of pain. You can use that.
Yeah,
Like you
that
can't
this is
control people with happiness. They gonna be too happy. Like you feel me? You can't do that.
yeah, that's
Mm-mm.
crazy. Like, yeah, that's definitely a thought, and it's true. When you say that, and even now, there's this looking at how the society we live in as far as the government, when it comes to controlling things, one of the first thing they do is put out fear and suffering. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
pose a threat because, like you said, they
Hmm.
know then, people can be manipulated and controlled, and that's crazy because
Right.
um,
Cause
that's
even
something we need to be aware of.
Yeah, because even if they was controlling you with happiness, which they kind of are, they would still have to control you with some type of pain. Because you happy, they need something to be like you gonna lose this happiness. Like you feel me? They gonna have it's always gonna be that negative always gonna win. Positive is strong,
Right.
joy, But that negative, you feel that more. That's
Yeah.
why it's so easy. It's just easier. It's easier to travel lower. Like it's just easy. It's easier
Right.
to not try. You feel
Right.
me? It's easier not to be cautious. It's
Right.
it's a bliss. It's a bliss. It's easier.
Yeah.
I can't do it. That's a,
Right.
then I be feeling like it's something wrong with me because I can't deal with that. Like that
Right.
bliss of being happy because I know it's wrong out here. Like I know it's negative. You feel me? Like I be feeling like maybe it's something wrong with me. I can't
No, I get it.
be happy. Like what's
No,
up with
listen,
that?
I get
Like
it. They look. Oh, look. You know, maybe not like over because I was going to say they diagnosed me for that.
yeah, you feel me? So it's
You
like
know, but
what is
I
it?
tell
It's a
people it's a true.
bliss.
It's a true. It's true, and for people who understand what we're saying and can identify, like I was trying to explain to somebody, like because you know I have no problems with being transparent. I'm diagnosed with bipolar disorder, which is also
Hmm.
what they used to call manic depression. And
Yep.
so basically, it's just like a chemical imbalance that just doesn't allow you to be happy. I tell people,
Hmm.
I would love to wake up happy. I mean,
Happy. Yeah.
it's like a dream, you know. But that's something that I have to coach myself into in the mornings. That's something I have to
Hmm.
coach myself into in life because you know, however this, you know, my genetic makeup, you know, whatever, however you want to look at it or classify or call it, I'm just not, you know, that's not
Hmm.
for. I don't get it. I love it. I would love to be happy. I'm like you. It just seems like I can see it, I identify it, and I feel like I
Hmm.
could grasp it, but I just
Yeah.
don't have seem to really get there. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
That's because you know the truth. And I mean, like I tried the medicines and all of that, but it just no, it's not for me. Like I tried, it's felt empty. Like you feel
Yeah,
me? I felt very
yeah,
empty with that shit. So I had to like back off of it. I couldn't make the music, none of that. Like it just was like this is why I'm doing what I'm doing because this is what fuels. This is
right,
my creativity. Like
right,
my mind is my creativity. All them voices I'm hearing is the reason I'm even making this music, or
yeah,
I'm even like doing what I'm doing, or that I feel the way I feel about myself. Like they try to say I have God complex or whatever, but why wouldn't I? Like we are God. Like we are that. We are dripping of that light. Like why wouldn't I feel? Why wouldn't I know that? Why wouldn't I say that? Why when
right,
I say that somebody feel away? Why not feel what I'm saying about yourself too? And so we can
agreed.
all feel this in this room with that energy. Like
Yeah,
nobody, we won't ever feel it because we it's nothing like that gonna happen because people can't. It's really always gonna be that negative, and that's crazy to me. Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought, you feel me? I didn't try so many groups of people, so many different types of groups of people. I'm like, oh, wow, everybody got good energy, and we all can, feel me? But no, it's gonna always be at least one or two, three. Like, and that's just humanity. Like,
right,
it's gonna be somebody that wanna be
yeah.
that one instead of just noticing that we are all the one. Like we are all one.
We all one. Even
Hmm.
and that even goes like you keep you know like you keep hitting to the negative because that's where I'm starting to understand too. Like I think one thing in our culture we give a falsification when it comes. What I want to say, we give falsified hope when it comes to positivity. Let me say, and the reason
Hmm.
why I say that is because we push being wealthy and happy and good times so much that when something negative happens, we look at it as if it's such a terrifying thing. But the truth be told, that's balance. You
Hmm.
understand? Like, that
Hmm.
there are going to be ups and there are going to be downs,
Yeah.
So you have to be able to maneuver through both and respect and understand the
Yep.
negative when it is there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I think that's something we do in our culture. And so when we those around us are faced with negativity, they don't know how to cope, they don't know how to deal, they haven't had these conversations to say, well, hey, look,
Hmm.
yeah, you want to be happy, but happiness isn't something that's going to be 24/7. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It,
Yeah. A lot of people don't understand that. You
it,
can't be happy 24/7. You can't get your way all the
right,
time. It's never gonna work out that way for you. That's not life. Like people. want everything around them to be like they needed to be, but you can't be like that. There's so many people out here. It's too many people out here for you to
Yeah,
be acting like everything around you has to be exactly what you need. It can't happen. It really
yeah,
can't. And not even that. You need to understand what it is that you need. That's another thing. A lot of people don't even understand what they need. They want things in there's around them. And it's not even all of that. This is an energy thing here.
yeah. It's
And we need energy that positive and
so
like
true.
oh
So true. Man, that's that segment was awesome, man. I definitely got look, I just got finished eating, but I just got some mental food right there because you definitely picked some
yeah,
things, you planted some seeds, and you even watered some things that some thought that
hmm,
was already there.
right,
And this is one of the things that I would be wanting to bring, through the podcast is that there's so much people get to become a fan and they recognize your art, but
hmm,
they really know that you're a human being that they can identify with, not just
hmm,
through music, but even in life,
right.
and
They like I was saying, they want to identify me with whatever they thinking, and that's not that's not how it go. Like it's not
right,
what you want. You see? Yeah, they identify me to whatever they thought or assumed through the picture, through the performance, through the. No, I did so many interviews. They like, I never thought you would be talking like this, and it's just like, well,
yeah, and
I,
we've had enough conversations outside, outside of the art and all that. Where it's like I just
mm-hmm,
been like, man, you're such a cool person. You so, like I said, genuine.
mm-hmm.
You're very what's the word? You're very approachable. Like you're so down to earth.
Demure.
You're so down to earth, very humble. I mean, I go on and on. It's just like being in your presence is it's just awesome. Like being in your presence is so awesome, so laid back. It's a good
Thank
feeling. It's
you.
a good
I
vibe.
appreciate you
You gotta
completely.
keep going. I'm
Definitely.
like, I'm
I
there behind you.
will.
You gotta keep going.
Definitely.
So that wraps up that part of the show, and we get ready to go into the next part of the show, which I call experts versus experience. And so I always let everyone know that I'm not a professional. I do not have any psychology degrees or certificates or anything. I'm simply a person who have dealt with mental health and dealt with social issues and just basically born and raised in Baltimore.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm qualified to have some of these conversations.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what I'm here for. But in the midst of all that, I love educating our people. I love educating myself. And so every now and again, I tap into some literary works, most likely journal works. I like to read studies from colleges, even and stuff like that. And so I was looking, to follow up on this topic with certain journals and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
what I was coming to find out was that they were getting very scientific, very methodical as far as just being basically like science projects. And it
Okay.
kind of bothered me, kind of angered me for a second because I'm just like, sometimes I get so frustrated looking for, articles and things to read because I run into so much that pretty much lets me know that they treat us like we are science experiments, like
Oh
we're
yeah. Definitely.
every time it's a
Yeah.
study about this. And the crazy part about the results of the study is shit we already know.
Yeah.
You know what I
So
mean?
we
But then
talking amongst each other already. Yeah, we knew that.
and the crazy part is they use manipulation, a whole lot of other things, and all that just to
Mm-hmm.
experiment on us and treat us as if we're animals, and it becomes frustrating. So I didn't run into nothing too interesting to read for tonight's show, but I was still also caught up on the article that I read last show when I was on with not no cat, another passionate artist, and
Oh, man,
um
man.
the article again is interesting because it's from I think this one was this in Forbes? I forget. I'm sorry, try to quote. I couldn't remember if it was in Forbes or if it was in New York Times. Might have been New York Times. But it is a blog. It's an opinion, and Title is pain a sensation or an emotion? Says we can learn a thing or two from the ancient Greeks' understanding of suffering. So I did go into looking into, the Greek studying of suffering, and it sort of falls in line again also with what C.S. Lewis was saying, which is basically that it is that of the mind, and it's that also to use to create a better person, to basically form you, shape you, and things like that. But the article um, itself was also speaking more from a mental standpoint, basically saying, is pain real? Like the pain that we go through, is it something that really is bothering us physically, or is it something in our mind that is having a physical reaction? And I found that
Mhm.
interesting. And
Mhm.
part of it was geared towards those living in urban areas, rural
Mhm.
areas like Baltimore City. So the part I'm gonna read is this, and these are from the experts. This is experts versus experiences. So these are the experts are saying, but we're going to tap in from an experience side. They say there is also an incredibly strong association between pain and mental health. Conditions like depression and anxiety greatly increase the chance of developing chronic pain, while patients
Mhm.
who experience pain are at high risk of developing depression or anxiety.
Mhm.
This vicious cycle is partly a result of the fact that there is a considerable overlap in the areas of the brain that deal with pain and emotion. I mean, I had to run that back because I just really want us to get this understanding. Make sure we are being more mindful when we are talking about chronic pain and things of such. We need to make sure we're analyzing our mental health first. We need to make sure that we are doing all the things that we need to do to be at your mental hygiene. You should be
It
making sure you
starts
eat,
inside. It starts with
should be
you.
making sure you eating the right things, getting the right sleep, doing the proper. You need. I mean, I don't care if it's yoga, meditation. I don't care
Mhm.
if it's therapist and sit down or whatever. Because before you go to these doctors and allow them to pump you with every opioid and every addictive, narcotic they can to get you hooked on that, you know what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
need to understand that the part of your brain associated with pain
Mhm.
overlaps that as emotion. So you need to make sure you are deciphering, is this physical chronic pain,
Yes.
or am I going through something emotionally? I might need to sit with myself, get with myself. I might, my chemical balance might be off. I might need to eat
Your
some more blue.
body gonna tell you what it is. Your body tells you. That's what I'm saying. Everybody gotta get right here and here. Okay, you gotta get right all the three. Because when you is, then you know, and you be. I'm telling you, it's discernment,
Yes,
and you have to have that. Because like you're saying, they are completely correct. It is a mind thing, and that's why being in the city and living in ghettos and projects and shit like that, we go through suffering and things because around us is just suffering. Everything around us, that's all we see, that's all we know. What else is we gonna think? I believe in the subconscious mind, I believe in the conscious mind. I believe when you sit there and feed your subconscious all that bullshit, which is shit that you learn that you can't even help from 1 to 6 because somebody else is teaching you these things. So you can't even help it. But when you're older, you can undo that shit. All you gotta do is your research, and all you gotta do is find yourself, and
yep,
you'll be good. You gotta get
yep,
the right food, drink water, drink a lot of
yes,
water, the right water.
yes.
Like you gotta,
Go
you
there and
might as
tell me
well
I'm going
grow.
to the
You feel
river.
me? You gotta get the vitamins and all that shit. Like not the vitamins, not the medicine, but like the
The medicine.
B12 and the not the
Yeah,
B12. I'm talking the B12 and the D3 and the vitamin C and
yeah,
the natural herbs, that type of shit. Like you have to because all this shit around you, your house, inside your house, the TV, the microwave, everything around you is poisoning you. Like we are
yes.
getting poisoned in the market. We're getting poisoned through our minds. We're getting poisoned through the air. We're being poisoned, and that's why your baby need all them vaccinations and all them needles because we're already there when you come out before you even come out because your mother eating. Your mother's already eating McDonald's and things of that nature. So it's just try and undo it. That's all you can do.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
no,
try and get healthy, get the therapist, get the, the food regimen, get the sleep pattern right. Like
yeah,
you got to. I did
you
it.
got,
I felt it. I did it. You feel me? And like I said, it's hard work, and
yeah, it
sometimes you
is.
stick to it, sometimes you come back to it, but it's there as long as it's there, and you know that's what you need to be fucking doing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
because I
It,
mean, like I said, we live in life. Like, it's an up
but
and
yeah,
down thing.
I think about stuff like it, running into the people who are that I can identify with that type of lifestyle, with that type of concept of living, as far as knowing that eating right, sleeping right, all that, right? I just be wanting people to understand. Imagine if 80% of the households practice these things.
Hmm.
Imagine what urban living would be like. It wouldn't be like this. It wouldn't be suffering if 80% of the households practice proper mental hygiene. I mean, before
Hmm.
we get to brushing our teeth, are we doing meditating, being grateful? I don't care if you want to, pray to God, pray to Buddha. I don't
Hmm.
care if I'm not. That's not the detail. Is not, for me. But as
It's a
long as you are making sure you're tapping into,
discipline, some type of
you know,
discipline.
that's right. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that discipline, that obedience is going to help, make you whole, mind, body, and soul. And then you're going to walk into a world where these practices are common among you. So you're going to be among people where we're whole. We're whole individually and
Hmm.
as a people. So there's the suffering would be at a minimum. It wouldn't be high crime rates and things. Just think about it. If people understood the power of giving versus taking,
Hmm.
you got
Yeah.
bread and I got water. Instead of me coming to steal your water, I share my bread.
Some bread. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's how it was.
That,
And everybody, they just keep on advancing everything. That's all. It's just
yeah,
advance. Like McDonald's was a treat. Like that
yeah,
shit then turned to your whole dinner. Like
yeah,
it wasn't, you know what I mean? Everything just advanced and faster. That's all
yeah.
they want. That's
And
all they.
and one of the things too, I want to make sure I constantly reiterate is we got all pumped up with the laws passed. Yeah, now we can grow marijuana. Yeah, but
Grow
more
some
importantly, we can
fresh.
grow our own fruit. We can
Grow
grow our
anything
own
now.
vegetables. We can
Yeah.
have a farm in our yard. We do not have to be going to the supermarket getting all that
Mm-hmm.
chemical pesticides and all that. And we trying to figure out why in the doctors,
Mm-hmm.
getting biopsies and such. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
literally, I
Right.
just said it. We are science experiments. Everything is a
Yep.
chemistry. The Food and Drug Administration is a big chemistry
Mm-hmm.
for us. You
Yeah,
know?
it is. That's why they got the what's them people called? Sixer, whatever they is. Then what's they called again? NCA?
The
N, NCA? Is that the NCC? It's
the
something.
NCC. You talking about the
Yeah,
CDC?
CDC. There you go, CDC.
Yeah,
Where
the CDC. I was
they
on the tip of
tell
my tongue.
you, yeah, these
I
people
just
can
got
have
finished
this
reading
much
all those names.
poison. Yeah, we can let this much poison pass. As long as it's this
Right,
much, you're good. Like
right,
that don't make sense. It's poison.
right.
What's going on?
I
That's,
mean,
man.
listen to both the names, Food and Drug Administration,
Yeah,
and then
why
the
they
CDC is
together?
what? Control disease, the Center of Disease Control. What?
Hmm. And they basically took all the herbalists out and put the scientists in.
Yeah,
That's what happened.
yeah, 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 yeah. And so again, it is and back to the subject of turning pain into passion is again is because we get these little aches and pains in our bodies, and we run into the
Hmm.
doctor, and the first thing they do is write a prescription. Knowing I was a certified pharmacy tech from 2009 2011. They literally classify the drugs by how addictive they are. Literally. So these
Hmm.
people know that what they're giving you may be something that you cannot operate without. They
Yeah,
write you a
that's how I knew
prescription.
something was up when they started making like fake or off-brand Percocets to give to us because we couldn't get them. You know, you can't get Percocets, can't get that kind of medicine.
Right.
Now,
That,
y'all making these little fake joints like this shit. Yeah, nah, they
you
trying to
feel right? Like, okay,
like,
you
the
know,
fuck's going on?
what?
Like, going there, they want to give you everything, cause everything. And it's like, wow,
Yeah,
I don't take none of it.
I'd rather you get your pain and things you're going through or whatever. I'd rather you start a journal first. Start a
Hmm.
journal first and see if that eases up. Check your sleep pattern. Find out ways to de-stress. Stop doing so much for everybody. Start doing a little bit more for yourself.
Yeah, I was about to say isolation is a
Yeah,
good way to
that's that.
start.
That
Like,
pain,
that's
being
how it's
pain
gonna
into
start.
passion ain't always about creating art. You can turn that pain into passion. Be passionate about yourself, your health, and your well-being.
Hmm.
You know. Yeah, so man, that was a good conversation, man. I fucking love it. I love it. I love
Yeah,
you.
that.
I love you, yo.
Yeah, love you, sis. Real shit. This shit
It's
was
like
good.
it always feels good to come across a good energy, a good person. It just feels good.
Hmm.
It makes you feel like it'd be worth it. You're like,
Right.
I
Yeah.
got it's worth
I'm
it. It's worth
glad that this. I
it.
appreciate you for asking me to come on here. Definitely.
So get ready to get ready to wrap it up with the mindful thought. And I didn't really run into no proverbs for so much to say. So I don't really have nothing scripted as far as any quotes or anything. Because again, this subject has been really when I plan these shows, guys, I start at the beginning of the month and I sit and I ask myself, what do I need to talk about?
Right.
And so this month has been like that pain turning pain into passion thing. That thing has been like the biggest test ever. It was just like, okay, yeah, now what you gonna do? You
Right.
got pain and passion, pain. And I'm like, okay,
You're funny.
what we doing? But my mindful thought of tonight, guys, is just this, right? Life is gonna come with pain, period, from birth. I mean, that's really all I got to tell y'all. But because I don't want to sugarcoat nothing, I don't want to be, I'm very blunt. Life is going to come with pain. Get with it. Get with the program. There is no fairy tale, happily everything is great and the pots and pans is dancing in the kitchen cooking food for you while that no, those are fairy tales. These things are dreams. We can aspire to have happiness in this most fulfilling way, but
Hmm.
we're never going to obtain it without going through some kind of pain. That's
Yes.
my mindful thought. Be more mindful. There is going to be pain. So when that pain comes, make sure you're channeling it in a way that can produce something productive, something that can help
Hmm.
you grow, help others grow. Don't channel it into something that can destroy you and that which is around you. So that's my mindful thought of tonight. I appreciate everyone who has been watching. I thank my guests.
And
And
that.
I will let her give her mindful thought, and then we're going to close out.
My mindful thought will be, I am you, you are me, we are one. And that's really it. And
Yeah, I like that. And it's true. It's true. Guys, this is definitely not a me thing. Just want to give a quick announcement, a reminder. We're about a little bit of a week or so left for the early bird tickets to the season finale, Be More Mindful podcast. Okay, it's having its season finale October the 5th. It will be a live panel discussion. On top of that, it's going to be a showcase. Y'all know me.
back that.
So we definitely going to have some of the our guests are going to come back. It's going to be one big Be More Mindful fan reunion, and we're going to extend the interview out to the audience. It's going to be some audience participation. It's just going to be a great
That
experience.
sound lit. Yeah.
Always do, and make sure that y'all get the experience you pay for. So early bird tickets October the 5th. My partners Be More Rap Review and Extravagant Dad. I thank them for tapping in with me and helping me put this together. They've been great. And yeah, I'm gonna be checking the Eventbrite, guys. The link is in the bio. Other than that, if you didn't see the full episode, make sure you go on to YouTube for All This Media Network, run it back, send it to somebody. Make sure y'all share, like, share. This was an awesome conversation. I knew it would be.
Yeah,
If
that.
keep it on for the rest of the night. But I'm going to wrap it up because, hey, I mean, it's just a show. Other than that, I love y'all. Peace out. I'll see y'all the second Thursday in September will be the official last live stream episode. So yeah, tap in. And yeah, Baltimore, I love y'all. Peace. Yeah.